So learning how to meet new people, cold approaching is what I'm talking about, can be very off-putting, like to men and women. But I want to help you guys understand what like the reality of meeting new people is, because especially like if you're this channel is designed to help people build better social skills, and that's what I want to help you do is just learn how to become more social. And you're never going to learn how to make more friends or get in more relationships if you don't know how to meet new people. And a lot of thoughts are going to go in your head when it comes to approaching someone new. Most of the time, it's going to be most of the time I think a cold approach. When I think of that, I think of like, okay, he's cute or she's cute. I want to go up and talk to her. And then you're going to get thoughts in your head like, well, do they like me? Or how do I know they're going to like me? What do I say? Blah, blah, blah. Then that's just a natural fear of rejection. And if I'm not mistaken, that is we're taught that from like childhood, like between like the ages of like 1 to 3. If I'm not like if I understand attachment styles correctly, because that does tie into like fears and behaviors. Also, too, if you were raised by your parents like I was, stranger danger, I'm someone that's very extroverted. But even then, I had to teach myself over time that talking to people is not bad and it's actually fun. Because I had decades of conditioning that I should not talk to strangers. However, I'm 30 right now and I'm learning the older I get, the more people I talk to, the more I get what I want and the more enjoyable life is. So I'm not saying like I have a ton of friends. I'm very selective on who I hang out with. However, if I'm in a social environment, I know I can have a conversation with pretty much anybody. I can talk to a wall if I want to. So I just want to help you guys understand what the reality, like what's going to happen more than likely when you go and approach someone new, whether this is someone that you just want to talk to, or if you're like cold approaching, again, because if you're a guy or a girl, there might be someone that you think is cute and you want to talk to them. And again, because one of the basic 6 human needs is a need for certainty, we are fighting an uncertain feeling, and that's why our anxiety flares up. So before I talk about this, if you like the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. You would help promote the video into YouTube's algorithm, and I'm a new channel, or this is my second channel, but you would help promote it. Okay, so different things that you're going to be, I'm going to try to give you the good and the bad from my experience. Maybe it's just because I've always said that I'm very easy to talk to. So like from my experience, I have never really had anything bad happen when I went out like and tried to talk to somebody. Now, I will say that 9 times out of 10, if I approach somebody, if it's a girl, I usually start with a compliment, because that is like a genuine compliment. Like if I see something she's wearing, even if I don't, I'll look at a girl and be like, hey, excuse me, I know this is random, but you're really pretty. And I'll smile. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get like a very like quick and generic natural response. Oh, thank you. But there is the one person out of 10 that will like ignore you or like smirk or kind of like brush you off. That can be a little uncomfortable, but I'm trying to tell you guys that that's the one person out of like 10 people. And if that one person is responding to you that way, no matter what you say to them, that's not somebody that you want to talk to anyway. So like the first thing you're going to think about is like, well, what do I say to this person? And if you're looking to open a conversation, I think the easiest thing that you can do to anybody, whether it's a guy or a girl, is just by giving them a compliment. Like you might think like, oh, well, if you're a girl, why would I want to give a guy a compliment? That might be weird. Well, men don't get complimented like women do. So I can tell you from experience, when we get complimented, we absolutely fucking love it. And because women need validation from outside sources, that's why women put the effort in looking the way that they do from a feminine perspective. Their outfits, they put a lot of effort into their outfit. So if you tell them that they look good in a specific outfit and you actually mean it, they're going to love that, even if they don't give you like a very like over the top response, because you'll get people that will be like very like, oh my God, thank you. And then you'll be like, yeah, thank you. And then you get like the one person that's like, thanks. And leave that person alone, okay? So when it comes to what you say, it does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter what you say, because if you say something to somebody, you're going to see that they're either going to want to talk to you or they're not. So that is the first limiting belief that you need to learn to get over. And all of this is going to come from experience. I am telling you what I see when I talk to people, and I have conditioned myself to know that it does not matter what you say to somebody. They're either going to like you or they're not. They're either going to want to talk to you or they're not. For example, I have, like, if I see some of the guys I know at the gym, I like talking to the guys at the gym for like a very brief moment. But then after a couple minutes go by, I want to get back to working out just because I don't really like talking to men. I prefer speaking to women instead because conversations with women are usually much more like lively. They're just better just because women then naturally talk. So that's just from my perspective. So if you're a guy trying to come up to me and talk to me, like I've been in conversations with dudes before, and I'm not saying like I won't, but there are times where you can tell, you can talk to somebody and you'll see like they'll start looking away, or they'll turn their body, or they'll start getting their stuff. Like it looks like they're trying to leave. And if that's the case, then just stop talking to them. Say, hey, I can tell you're trying to leave, man. Have a good day. That's it. So when it comes to saying something, you're like, well, what do I say to them? It doesn't matter. Just, you could literally go up and say anything. The easiest way to talk to somebody is by asking for an opinion or ask them a question. Because if you ask somebody for their opinion or you ask somebody a question, hey, I know this is random, but can I ask you a fun question really fast? They're more than likely to be like, yeah, sure, what's up? And then you ask them the question. Once you ask them the question, you can keep trying to have a conversation from there, because now you've opened up a dialogue, and you're going to be able to tell based on somebody's response to you. If it's very open-ended, they're going to want to talk. But if they give you like a very short answer, they likely just answer your question and don't want to talk. And you'll also have people that are very closed off. And so you can work with that, but it can also be very difficult, because if someone's not giving you a lot to work with, well, then you're not really going to be able to have a conversation with them anyways. So if that is your concern, your first limiting belief is I don't like talking to new people because I don't know what to say to them, ask them a question or ask them for their opinion. Hey, can I ask you a really fun question? Hey, can I have your opinion on something really fast? Okay, that's all you got to say. That's a way to open the conversation. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is like approaching somebody, because they could be like, if we look at, I've talked to a lot of people at the gym, so I'll use this example to explain the reference I'm trying to make. But the reference here is they're in the middle of doing something, or they're in the middle of doing a set. That is a bad time to approach. So people are going to think that, well, I can't talk to them right now because they're on their phone, or they're talking to somebody, or they're in the middle of a set. Now, if they're talking to somebody, well, that might be a little rude just to go up and interrupt them. But like if it's a girl with a group of girls, you could be like, you just go, hey, ladies, excuse me, I just wanted to tell you really quickly, and then you could say that, and then you can usually like leave. But if it's girls talking to girls, the girls always talk, so they might not be in the middle of an important conversation. If you're a guy trying to approach a girl, well, you can go up and talk to them. But if they're like in the middle of a set, like if they're squatting right now, I've went up to people like in a bad timing where they were in the middle of their set, and I just sat there until they were done. Now, I didn't like stare at them, I like looked away, but I'm telling you right now, it's very uncomfortable for, I feel like, both people when that happens, because you're like, oh fuck, I just came over like the worst time. I came over and you literally just started a set. Well, I'm already here. So I've only done that a couple times. But when it comes to approaching, if they're at the gym, like I've had people say like, you shouldn't talk to people at the gym because they're there to work out. From my experience, yes, they might be there to work out, but they might also be willing to talk to people. And again, you're never going to know unless you go up and approach them. So I think the people that say that either don't get approached, want to get approached, or have never approached somebody, like enough people to know that I meet most of the people in my area at the gym, because I go to the gym 5-6 days a week. So when I'm there, I talk to a lot of people at the gym. Most of the time it's like compliments, and then I'll be on my way. But like I do get in the occasional conversations with people, and that's what I mean. I have enough experience to know that the environment should not stop you from being able to talk to somebody. If they're on their phone like this, then if they're texting, then you could still just go up and say, hey, excuse me, get their attention. If they're on the phone like this, well then, maybe you don't want to do that. If they're in the middle of a set, just wait for them to finish that set and then go up to them. If they're out, like if they're doing something somewhere out in public, and they get like a second to stop doing whatever they're doing, then you can go up and talk to them. Because if you catch them at a bad time, well, then that's just unfortunate. You caught them at a bad time. So first one is, what do I say? It doesn't matter. The second one is like, what if they're doing something? You can still go up and talk to them. Just time it to where they're like not doing that thing. And if you see somebody and the timing doesn't work out, okay, so what? Go talk to somebody else. There's 6 billion people in this world. You're going to be able to meet somebody. You're going to be able to talk to somebody, whether for, in whatever reason, is you're going to be able to talk to them at some point, right? Or like if you have them on Facebook or Instagram, you can say, hey, I just, saw you out in public, try to come and say hi. It was bad timing. You could just message them on there and see what happens. That's a way. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, where do I go to meet new people? Because and this is going to refer back to like what I just said, is because the last one was more about like, when should I say something? But now we're like, where should I go to meet new people? And the answer is anywhere. If you want to meet new people and you want to meet more people, whether you're trying to practice your social skills, whether you're trying to cold approach people or what, it doesn't matter. You can meet people anywhere in public, okay? If you go to the gym, if you go to the mall, the farmer's market, if you go to a massage parlor, if you go for a walk in your neighborhood, it doesn't matter, okay? All your intention when you go out should be to just say hi to people. Like if you go out with the intention of trying to get someone's phone number, you're likely going to fail and you're putting too much pressure on you. So if you go out somewhere, just say like, hey, I'm going to say hi to random people. And what happens when you go and say hi to people, you're going to see you're conditioning yourself to understand that what Mitchell's saying is right. I can talk to people anywhere at any time, as long as I think it's the right time to go up and approach them. And the more times you do this, you're going to see that it does not matter. It does not matter what location you're in. If you want to talk to somebody, all you have to do is get their attention. So I usually just throw my hands up. Hey guys, how are you? Hey man, hey. Or go up to them. Hey, excuse me. I know this is random. That's how I open. Hey, excuse me. Listen, I know this is random. Hey, excuse me. I just wanted to come over here really quickly, because then you're throwing in like a time constraint. You're telling them like, I'm not trying to lock you in a conversation. Okay, but that's what I do. And I'm sitting here telling you, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter when you approach them, as long as like I said, if you feel like the timing's right, then go and do it. Like obviously, there's going to be times where it's not a good time. Don't do it then. But like if they're like I said at the gym, if they're in the middle of a set, wait till they're done. And it doesn't matter where you're at. People are social, okay? Like I said at the beginning of this video, they're either going to want to talk to you or they're not going to want to talk to you. And all we're doing here, guys, is just trying to meet the people that want to talk to us. That's all we're doing. And the more times you do this, you're going to see that all 3 points that I just talked about in this video are absolutely true. Oh, Mitchell is absolutely right on all 3 of these. You know why he's right? Because he actually does this on an every single day basis, which is why I have the experience enough to be able to film a video like this to teach you guys that if you're scared to approach people because of any one of these 3 reasons, this is what's likely to happen, okay? People are not going to like shame you or give you there's videos online of like people getting these absolutely nasty reactions from people. I have never gotten that. I have never had a response like that before. I've had responses from that 1 out of 10 people where like they brushed me off and I was kind of just like, yeah, okay, well, hey, you're welcome. Have a good day. I don't take that personally. I don't take it personally. Like these videos you see online, I like it's like, oh, well, this guy tried to cold approach a girl and she filmed him and like freaked out. I've never had that happen before. So the likelihood of you, I would actually argue that it's low, especially like if you're not like fucking creepy anyways. Like if you're going up to a girl, be like, oh my God, I would love to see what you look like naked, and you've never met her before, that's going to be a little weird. You just go, hey, excuse me. I know this is random, but you look so pretty in this outfit. What a good choice. That's going to be taken very well. All right, guys, so I hope you watch this video a couple times. Like I said, this is something where you might know I'm telling the truth, but until you go out and experience what I'm saying, that it's not bad, they're going to want to talk to you or they're not, you're not going to internalize all 3 of these points. These are just limiting beliefs that you have to get over by going out and actually doing the things that I teach, and that's meeting new people, and that's just saying hi to strangers. You have to have that experience to rewire the limiting beliefs that you have in your head. So if you like this video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, if you're trying to improve your social skills, check this video out right here. You're gonna love that one as well. Hey guys, I will see you in the next one.